Welcome, everyone, to the Content Crash Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Hartnack. Joining me, as always, Kino Eastman. Kino, what's going on?
Much, sir. Enjoying the rainy weather, I suppose.
Hey, it's cooling things off, at least. That's
true.
It was kind of brutal earlier today, but yeah, now we're down to a nice cool 70.
About time.
Anyway, today's topic, I know we're kind of a day late on the whole issue at hand, but I figured, we record on Thursdays, so let's just make it a day late, whatever. Net neutrality, that's something that is really big and really it made a big dent in the news rounds yesterday, the 12th of July. A lot of websites protested and put up their information about net neutrality and what it means. A lot of information floating around there, but I just want to focus on, how does it affect gamers like us? And it's kind of a concerning thing to be happening. If net neutrality goes away, we'll be seeing more than likely, obviously we can't predict the future, but more than likely, based on these the corporations in the past, it won't be good. We'll be paying much more for our internet, and that's just bad all around. So basically what net neutrality is right now is the idea of the internet as, I guess you could call it, a utility. So, a provider will provide it to you for a set price, and that's it. You have free open range to whatever is out there on the internet. They cannot affect that in any way or throttle your usage of the internet. It's just, you have the internet, you pay this price, go and do whatever you want. So the abolishment of net neutrality, in theory, will provide the internet service providers the opportunity to essentially, for lack of a better word, censor content on the internet unless you pay premiums, which is insane, in my opinion. And just imagine if you were... this gets net neutrality goes away, and all of a sudden you're trying to shop around for an internet service provider, maybe when you move or something like that, or just when this kicks in, and all of a sudden you're being charged an extra, say, $20 a month for a quote unquote gamer package where you have access to full speed downloads from Steam and GOG and Origin and Uplay and all that stuff. Otherwise, you just don't have access to them, or just have throttled access, which means it's your downloads go slower. Your multiplayer online gaming kind of could be affected. Servers can be affected by that, and that just doesn't sound good when you say it out loud. Yeah, it's it's very concerning that this is even a discussion we have to have at this point. I mean, we've been fighting it for years and years, and now it just keeps coming back. When will it go away? And finally just be open to us? I mean, Kino, you want to weigh in on the topic?
So paying for an MMO for like a subscription is cool. It's already there. It's my choice. Paying for a service to use the internet to then pay for a service to use a service, too much. You got me there. On a more serious note, though, it feels like what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like everybody gets affected in this, whether you know about it or not, whether you know the details or not. And if you have any kind of financial problems, this only adds on to it. and it's added on to something that's always been just free reign for the world for a long time, and it just doesn't add up to me. It just seems like too much of a greedy choice. I know there's a lot of greed to go around, but it's starting to seep into places where they just didn't even bother thinking of. Like,
Yeah,
it's wild, dude.
Yeah,
it's a pretty wild concept.
Yeah, it is very wild, and to kind of maybe put it into perspective, this shouldn't be, a Republican versus Democratic issue. How the country is how it is right now in its state, and how it's so divided on political issues. This should not be one of a political issue. This is just, we as citizens should not want this.
It's a problem.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Republican versus Democrat. It just literally, if you're not a CEO or a big time executive at a internet service provider, you should care about this and should care about keeping the internet open, because the only people that will benefit from the abolishment of net neutrality are the CEOs of these huge corporations like Comcast and Time Warner and AT&T and all that. They're the ones who want this. But yeah, just look at it on paper. It doesn't benefit us, the citizens, at all. It just makes us pay more money for something that we haven't had to pay for premiums forever. The ultimate end goal should be for us to keep fighting and hopefully turn this on its head and make the internet become classified as a utility service like water or electricity, where it's protected, where you are provided the service and you have free range to use that service for whatever you want to use it for. I've heard tons of different analogies, but just think about a water service. If you pay for your water service, and then you pay another $15 a month that you can have your water service be used for drinking. Like, that's kind of what's going on here. That's crazy to think about, obviously, but when you put it into internet terms, like I said, you're paying for the internet, and then you're paying to unlock different services, which is just terrible. And there's so many different ways that this could go terribly wrong. You could have, like I just mentioned, a gamer type package. You could have an entertainment type package, a social media type package. They can just hide everything behind packages where if you do want free range to everything again, you're going to be paying an insane amount of money, more than likely. Like I say, these big corporations, they play a tricky game. They try to get people on their side by spreading some false information and try to make it look like they are, against the abolishment. But if you read between the lines, at the end of the day, they're going to make more money. Of course, they're going to be for something like this. So, we as the citizens have to really step up and contact the people we need to address this issue head on. It's really concerning, and I hope we come through with this. Politics aside, but things have happened in this country lately that a lot of people are against. So hopefully, this one we can all stay united on.
I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, that's really the brunt of the issue. Like we said yesterday, was the big net neutrality protests. So big sites like Reddit and God, oh my God, I'm blanking on sites. It was like everybody.
GitHub.
Yep, GitHub.
Reddit.
Yeah, they and there's a bunch of different sites out there. We're all posting up different information, but all had the same message, basically, that net neutrality should stay how it is, if not be turned into a utility, because we don't want to see it. We want to see a free internet, a free open internet, as far as we can go with it, because in the end it only hurts us as citizens, and it hurts the little guys, small startup businesses, content creators like us. Just imagine if you have to buy the podcast package to get access to us. It's crazy. Just imagine having to pay $5 a month just to get on YouTube. All I can keep saying is it's crazy, because it really is. It's insane. Why we're even having this discussion in 2017 is it's so foreign to me, that we should even be having this conversation. But I guess the powers that be are trying to hold us down, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, everybody should go check out battleforthenet.com. I'll leave the link in the description and all that. That has more information on net neutrality and what you can be doing to combat it, or combat against the abolishment of it. Because when you say net neutrality and then you're for or against it, it's kind of, some people mix it up. But we want net neutrality. That's what we want. So battleforthenet.com. Sign up for their mailing list and all that, and get involved. Call up a congressman, send an email to somebody in the government, see where it goes. Because if enough voices are heard and we're loud enough, we can make a difference. So that's kind of all I have to say about net neutrality, stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe to fill up some time, what have you been playing lately?
I beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
Thoroughly satisfied. Beautiful game, beautiful looking game, great protagonist. Fantastic combat. Even the collectibles are fun to get. Like, they're put in certain places where climbing is fun, or sneaking past these enemies are fun, or making a decision on how to get to it is fun, instead of looking up at a building. It's like, oh, look, a feather. Oh, look, a piece of paper is going to blow in the wind. Well, I guess I gotta come back. And there's not a lot of them either. It's just a very complete open world experience with not a lot of fluff and filler to make it feel like I still have to keep playing. And I keep playing because it's just generally fun. I'm not keeping the play because there's 100 more collectibles to get, I guess. Nice. I hear the same thing about Zelda, because I know you talk about how beautifully the side quests and everything's put together.
Yeah, I have. God, I don't even know my playtime on it. It's just sucking up my life. I don't want to beat it yet because I'm having so much fun in the world. It's you start on the main path. You're doing the main you're killing divine beasts or getting the divine beast back for you, and then you go on these little side quests here and there, and then all of a sudden you have a mess of side quests that I really want to do. Like you think about MMOs and these big open world games too. They have these side quests where it's kind of just a slog to get through, and a lot of fetch quests and things like that. But Breath of the Wild is very engaging with their side quests, and you want to see where they go. You want to go visit new places, and the great thing about it is you can literally go anywhere and everywhere in that game. I'm going to go climb that mountain that I can just barely see in the distance. 10 minutes later you're at the mountain and you're climbing. What I noticed about it also is, which a lot of open world games have this problem of, in between the main quest and even side quests, is just you have this long stretch of nothingness. Getting from point A to point B, you just have these long, big areas of nothing. they're boring, and you kind of lose interest. But with Breath of the Wild, there's just something different about their empty spaces. They're beautiful, and you take the time, instead of being bored, just to take in the environment and take in the calmness that you're experiencing right now, instead of, just be, oh crap, I gotta get to the next town. This is boring. I gotta go. I don't have a fast travel point there yet. Whatever. I'll just keep walking. But no, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. It's so calming, and you're taking in that environment, and it's great. It's fun. I can't praise that game enough. But yeah, so I'm still slowly making my way through, and I just don't want to beat it yet because I'm having too much fun. But I also, the games that I have beat, I beat Guacamelee finally. It's a short game, but I only play in half-hour bursts sometimes for some things because of work and all that. But that was a fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. The controls were pretty tight, and the platforming was well done. Level design was cool, and the character design was awesome. I like the story of the Mexican myths and all that. That was really cool to see. And the soundtrack was cool. Kind of a fusion of, like, I guess, standard video game music mixed with, like, Mexican mariachi bands. It was cool.
That's cool.
And then just recently I started up Hollow Knight. It's so good.
It's very addicting.
The only problem is I'm running into a slight frame rate bug.
Oh, no, yeah, I heard that's a thing that people hit sometimes.
Yeah, I'm looking all over online for fixes, but it's not deterring me from playing the game. So hopefully I can find something, or the game gets patched soon enough and that goes away. But it's an incredibly fun game, and that's another game. Like the art design is awesome. The sound design is great. The soundtrack is so sick. It's a beautiful game. That's a beautiful game. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately. And obviously I have so much more to get to.
Yeah, I keep getting sidetracked by other particular games. Are trying to, like, clear my backlog so I don't just feel like I'm wasting cash. Like, I've been playing, I mentioned earlier I was playing Dragon's Crown. Again, archaic game by Vanillaware. I shouldn't say archaic, but it's one of those games that's a lot deeper than you think, and it's especially more fun when you have someone to try and break the meta with. So I've been playing with my girlfriend a bit and trying to get to the very end and see all the ridiculous stuff that goes into an end game scenario for a beat 'em up RPG. Yeah. And it's pretty entertaining. It's a lot of hours, and it's something you can just pick up for like a half hour if you're busy, and then put it back down. And everyone get back to what they're doing. So I've been consuming a lot of that and Horizon for now. Nice. Probably gonna do the new game plus they put in for the playthrough and platinum it because it seems to be pretty easy to platinum, and then Cry that I'm on a new difficulty and enjoy it at the same time.
Nice. I also just checked out really quick before I got into Hollow Knight. I checked out a little bit of Battle Block Theater. I know I'm kind of late to the party on that, but it's awesome. That's a really awesome game. So I'll probably hop on that after I beat Hollow Knight, because that was really fun. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend to play it too, so I have the multiplayer experience.
It's only couch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's really fun. God, I'm looking at my Steam right now. I have so many games that I just.
Mm-hmm. I'm really behind.
Yeah, and then with everything coming out soon, like before we started recording, we saw that the new trailer for Cuphead, which is coming out in September. And it's it looks so crazy. That art style is how do they even get those animations?
I forget I'm looking at the game half the time.
Yeah, you do, and the soundtrack is unique, where they they had an actual big band go into a studio and record all original music for it. It looks wild and so out there. I've never seen anything done like that art style wise. So that's one I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, and then there's I don't even know what else is coming out soon. Let's take a look at a release schedule.
I feel like I'm still catching up from the bulk of games that's come out in the past few months, or partway through last year. Still trying to catch up.
Let's see, we are in July right now. Lawbreakers, which is that's in beta right now, open beta. That looks pretty decent. I have a couple friends that play it. The Escapist 2 was recently announced. That's in August. Knack 2 in September.
Did you play Knack or see anything on Knack, really?
No, I mean, I followed it, when it released, just because it was one of the launch titles for the PS4, but I never picked it up. I don't know, I read reviews on it. It was kind of just a generic type game, and it didn't really pull me in. Ooh, there's Divinity Original Sin 2 in September. That should be awesome. I love Divinity.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks I like that you can pick different races and stuff in the beginning. I didn't play any of the beta, so I don't know how it's been shaping up, but I mean, I would love to get my hands on that Divinity game.
Yeah, and then obviously October is where we start getting the big holiday games, Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Odyssey, Wolfenstein 2. November, then you have Call of Duty, Crackdown 3, Battlefront 2, and then hopefully we'll get a release date for Vampire. That's a game I'm looking really forward to.
All right. Are you going to get Battlefront 2?
I am going to play the beta, and then I will make an informed decision based on that.
Smart again.
But yeah, it is definitely the way they have it structured this time, with everything being all DLC being free. That's definitely a plus. So hopefully they deliver. But you never know with EA. It's because it's EA.
Yep.
Just make another SSX game.
Please don't get me started. I miss my slogs down a mountain for a half hour of stress relief.
Yep. I wanted to play. I was looking for a good snowboarding game, just for the hell of it, and I found was it Snow?
How is it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It barely scratches the itch. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we have lined up for the year. But yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be indie games announced like crazy. I'm waiting on a couple things to fall through for reviews for me, but we'll see what happens. And then, like I said, just get through my backlog. I have so much. I'm sure. Oh God, and I forgot. I'm still working on Final Fantasy 15 as well.
You might as well just kill your backlog and just play that, because that's your entire time.
Yeah, that is my entire time. And then
that's everything you have.
The free game for this month on PS4 was Until Dawn.
Yep.
And that was something I've been really looking forward to play.
It is it is great campy fun. I enjoyed my 3 playthroughs with it.
Nice.
There's some parts, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait for you to angrily call me. It's going to be fantastic when you go through that game. You have to let me know.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll definitely will.
It's foolish, it's campy, it's It's dorky. It's a good buy. It was a little expensive when it came out. I didn't want to buy it at full price, but free, please.
Absolutely. Oh, and then just looking at my backlog again. They just did the the whole revamping of the Secret World,
Right.
which I have, and I'm like,
I rented that game so many times from Blockbuster, and that already makes me sound old man. And I always got stuck at the same part every time I rented it. I was convinced I sucked, so I just stopped. I stopped renting after a while. But the same part, I kind of want revenge. So I've been looking at it and wondering if I just want to be petty and buy it, just so I can get past that same part and say I did it.
There you go. Why not?
I bought Ratchet and Clank instead.
Well, yeah, that's it. I know this was more of a shorter episode, but we just wanted to kind of get out there, talk to you guys about net neutrality. Obviously that was our main focus. Check it out wherever you can. Do everything you can to fight it. Please. Please. Battleforthenet.com. Check it out. And yeah, we're gonna get back to some gaming. We're gonna try to get through our backlog if we can, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for listening to the Content Crash podcast. You can find us anywhere podcasts are, pretty much. I put us on Stitcher, on iTunes, SoundCloud. We're even up on YouTube. I put the video up. Check out warpzone.com. That's where I write for all the great articles there written by all the fantastic people over there. It's awesome. Check it all out. So thanks for hanging with us.